Mr. Beans here. What up? Mr. Beans here, Blick Life TV.
Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Parlay with Us. It's Stony Crook. Alongside me is Mr. Beans. What's good, Mr. Beans?
What's good? What's good, bro? Mr. Beans here, parlay with us, man. I'm coming through, bringing you guys another show, another episode of Parlay with Us, the sports podcast and life and family show. What's going on, my man, Stony Crook?
Yes, sir. I got good news and I got bad news. What you want to hear first?
Man, I already know what the news is, man. The news over here on our side of things in the Boston, man. You know the news is kind of grim. But what's your news?
Well, the good news is the Lakers are out of here. Out of here. Swept.
Damn.
Goodbye.
See now that's I'm right here now getting to watch a little bit of the highlights of this game here, and from what I'm seeing, man, I can't I don't know what happened. I mean it's the same situation was going on with us and with the Boston Celtics. How could the Lakers get swept by a? I mean I don't get me wrong, man. I know this team is probably a great team, this Denver team, but you know I don't know. You tell me. Did you see any of the game, man?
Yeah, I think I caught some of them. I caught some of the games, a couple of quarters. Yeah, Denver's tough. Denver's
Yes.
tough, man. They got the Joker,
Yeah, man.
two-time MVP.
Yeah, man.
And let
That
me tell you
dude.
something. Jamal Murray, yo, he came into his own, man.
Yeah. So he showed it, huh?
Yes, man. He's been getting busy, man. He scored 30 points yesterday in one quarter.
Right. But look, I'm looking at the highlights here. I don't know. Let me see. This is second quarter. LA was had a little, not a comfortable lead, but LA was on the plus. They was on the plus, but it seems like that didn't last too long, man. What
Yeah,
happened?
they was leading. They was leading
Wow.
going into the half. They was about, 15 points. I don't know what
Wow.
happened, man. They let Denver get back in it.
Is
And
that the same situation that the Celtics is going in? I mean, the other night game. I mean, I tell you the truth. I watched
pretty
a little.
much game
They,
two.
they looked. I only caught the highlights once again, man. I'm a busy person, so I didn't get to watch that game the other night. But I caught the highlights, man. They look like, man, what's going on with our Celtics? Not to jump off the topic of the L.A. Lakers right now, because they're the ones who's already gone fishing, as you might want to call it. So they down in Key West, throwing in that damn rod. You know what I mean? But I didn't expect. I didn't expect LA to be, the beginning of the playoffs to be 100% truth. I didn't expect LA to actually make it this far in the playoffs or even be contending for, let's say, a championship. But when it's LeBron and they got hot, man, I kind of saw that as a plus. Like they probably are, in a situation to go, and then it looked like the makeup. It would have been Celtics. It would have been Celtics LA, but it looks like both of these two teams right now are gelling up, man.
Yeah, and
I
that's
mean,
what
LA's gone, so they fishing, so they gel. But let's see if it's the Celtics' turn.
yeah, that's the matchup everybody wanted. Everybody was expecting Lakers Celtics. Everybody wanted it. The NBA wanted it.
Right,
The
right,
people wanted it.
right.
And the two teams that we thought might have made it to play each other are just playing horrible.
I,
Opposite
I don't,
direction.
I don't know, man. Did the Celtics run out of gas, or are they kind of like failing on the defensive side of things? Like I don't know. I don't want to put it out there, but I mean, maybe the coach would have been, maybe Doka would have brought a different defensive type of, you know, maybe scheme with the whole thing, man. Like, from where it looking like you guys they didn't even have a chance against Miami in this series right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Um, it's a different team that I'm watching right now. I'm not watching that team with that hunger with that grit, with
Right.
that just to refuse to lose attitude. I mean, I'm seeing a team that's just, I don't know, they just not playing hard.
Right.
They're
Right.
not playing hard, man. They don't make a three. It's moping up and down the court.
So what you think? Do you think really tomorrow? It's not tomorrow's night game, right? Tomorrow night game. You
Yes,
think
all
tomorrow
right.
night the Celtics is really going to try to make it interesting?
I man, I want to say they're gonna play hard and try to win. I want to
Yeah.
say that, but I said
Mm.
the same thing yesterday, and I was really wrong. And
Yo, I saw that score, man. A matter of fact, I mean, yeah, last night, guys. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. You know what I mean? This is Parlay with us once again with Mr. Beans and Stony Crook. This is episode 3 of our podcast here. And we're bringing you some nice topics on sports and stuff like that. So like and subscribe. But yeah, last night we were supposed to join you guys for post game commentation on the Celtics from the night before, right? Was it the night before or last night?
yeah, it was
The night before, right?
Sunday. Yep.
Sunday, yeah. So
Was it?
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no. Because today's Monday.
It was last night's game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it was yesterday's
yep.
game. Yeah, yeah. We were
Last
supposed
night.
to do
Yep.
a late
You're
night
right.
commentator, right? Right.
Exactly.
This is live, guys. So just bear
Yeah.
with us. This is live. Non-scripted. We coming to you guys
I'm
straight.
losing track of the days.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We
It was a
lose
long
track of
night
the
last
days.
night.
It was a long night last night. You know what I mean. So, um, but like I was saying, yeah, we were supposed to come to you guys last night with a little post game, commentating on what we felt about the game yesterday. But due to some technical difficulties with my camera, we wasn't able to make it. But we're here today. We're back up. Everything looks Gucci. My man Stony Crook, I think he looks Gucci on. So we rolling. But yeah, man, this Celtics thing is it's a disappointment. But to come back tomorrow and win one game and what 3-1 and then hope to go home and get one more and then make it interesting by going back to Miami to bring it up to 3-3. Can
I
I
mean,
don't know. What do you think, man? I
I
mean,
mean, it,
the game as much as I, do you think this is a possibility that they can squeak out? Celtics losing what 4 games in a row is kind of far fetched. You know what I mean? I don't see that. We didn't have that kind of. Let me say, we didn't have those problems during the season, but I know the playoffs is different. But do you think they're gonna like really take a punch in the mouth 4 games in a row, or do you think tomorrow might be a little bit of a self redemption and then maybe make it interesting when they bring back to Boston for Game 5?
well, anything is possible. Kevin Garnett's quote, his word, anything's possible. So you
Yeah, this
know,
ain't 2008
you
though, but we
you
gonna
want to you
try.
want to start that. The Red Sox, they came down from '03, so
Hey,
there's a
so it
there's
happened
roots
in
there.
sport, but I just never
There's
heard
roots.
it in basketball. Yeah, so that's
Yeah, I
why
mean,
I'm
I know
kind of,
basketball. The odds are very much against us. It's 0 and 40, 149 teams that been down 0-3. They 0 and 149, so no team has ever done that. So it is a tough feat to overcome, but
right. That
one
kind of,
game at a time. One game at a
yeah,
time. That's all we could do. Just focus on tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they're back home.
right,
Maybe they at home cooking. They could remember how to win at home.
right, right, right,
And if they win at home, which would be Game 5, that Game 6 in Miami, I think Miami can tighten up. They can tighten up, and the Celtics. I feel like, listen, I feel like if the Celtics could taste victory, if they could taste what victory is like again, because it's been a while since they felt what victory feels like,
right,
I think they can build off that. And who knows? Miami won 3 in a row. Why can't we win 3 in a row?
right, 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 right.
So that's how I look at it. I'm thinking positive, but look, we just got to see the type of energy this team's coming out with tomorrow. That's gonna say a lot, you know.
Yeah, oh, that's what it's about, man. It's what kind of energy they coming up with, man. Because,
Right.
man, I'm telling you, man, that 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 was a disappointment. I thought they would have made a game out of it down there in Miami and try to, push the envelope a little bit. But you know, hey, we'll see, man. Like you said, we'll see what's going on. So, what else is
Yeah.
going on in the world of sports besides our Boston Celtics and these LA Lakers? Kind of like disappointing what we was expecting. But what else is going on? How's I know you a sportsman and you make your you got your picks and stuff like that. You do your thing and you how's it looking out there in the other world of sports? You know what I was saying the other day? I meant to tell you about this, man. Like I think we even had this conversation when I was telling you about a week ago that I think the Panthers, man. And, I'm not even a big hockey fan, but
Right.
the Florida Panthers, man, from the time they chewed our ass up, literally,
That was
um,
nonstop.
I think they've been on a tear.
Yes.
So I haven't been able to, like, I've been so busy, but I haven't been able, and especially I listen to sports radio here, here in Boston a lot. I'm sure you listen to the sports radio channels, but I haven't heard. I wasn't able, I was haven't been in my car in the early mornings to listen to the sports and see what's going out there in the worldwide of sports. But what's going on? Is that series almost finished up? Is this Stanley Cup almost done?
Yes. Well, the Stanley Cup matchup is almost coming into form because the Panthers won today.
Oh, so we're
They
oh, we're
won
we're in we're on the what? We're in like a conference finals right now. I
right.
thought it.
The conference
Oh,
finals. That's what's going on right now. So it looked like it's gonna be Florida versus Vegas.
yo, I'm gonna tell you one thing,
That's what it's
man.
looking like.
Okay, so spoiler alert for all you parlay with us fans out there or parlay with us subscribers. I know we came on this live, guys, without even putting a schedule out there or even a formal reminder or out there saying that we're going to be on live at literally 12 o'clock at night. But um, this is my disclaimer with the um, Stanley Cup matchup. I think I'm going to take for this future bet, maybe them winning to win it. I think I'm taking the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup. So that's
I
my
like
pick
that.
for this week. Is the
I like
if you're gonna take a future pick for the Stanley Cup Finals, I would ride just based on momentum and the sure grit that this team been kicking since they put punched the whatever off of our Boston Bruins. They ate
that.
our food basically.
Yeah.
Um,
They
I,
ate our lunch.
yeah, they ate our lunch, man. So I've been saying to myself, yo, that's the team that look like they hungry to get to that Stanley Cup. And I'm not even a big hockey fan. I know nothing about hockey, but that team look good. Me and you watched that series here at my house, so that team look good.
Yeah, right. They scrape and crawl, hustle. I mean, that goal that they scored to tie it before regulation was over, when the Bruins had, I think the Bruins were like 50 something seconds from
Before,
winning,
yeah, from winning it, it was where it
from
is. The
winning,
red
man.
exactly.
And these dudes came in and they was just
They,
shooting on that goal, shooting like they
They
wanted
put
that
they
goal.
put the
They,
pressure on him, and that pressure bust pipes. He squeezed, and that was
right.
it. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
remember, in hockey, when your team is down one and it's like less than 2 minutes, they pull their goalie so they can have a six-man advantage.
Right,
They pull their
right,
goalie, and that's what they did. They pulled their goalie, man, and they was going for it, man.
right, right,
And
right,
that
right,
was huge because listen, if they go on to win, which I agree with you with that best bet, that future best bet. So let's give that a double best bet.
right,
I like Florida as well. For those out there listening,
right,
I agree with Mr. Beans with that bet. But if they go on to win, they could always go back and look at that goal they scored against the Bruins
Oh
because
yeah, that was
they,
pivotal.
they were that close to getting eliminated.
I think that was pivotal in their in a I don't know, when a team hit that milestone when they know they going, when they know they just got they just hit that milestone. They just hit that gear. That's
Yeah,
it. They hit that gear.
mm,
That goal was that to put the pressure on the Bruins was about to, and it wasn't even an elimination game. It was just the fact that it was an elimination game for the Bruins, but it was a survival. It was an elimination game for the Bruins. It would have been a survival game for the Bruins if they would have won that game. That's what I mean. And they were trying to survive that game.
right,
You know what I mean? They weren't trying to win it. They was trying to survive it. And they put the pressure on them with the last 50 seconds. I watched it the last 50 something seconds, man.
yeah,
They put the pressure on that goalie for that goalie to stop that puck, and he could not do it in 50 something seconds. And any other day, they practice that all the time to stop that kind of situation from happening a minute, or whatever. However they practice it, I know that's something that they perform or try to master and practice to make sure in crunch time they're able to stop that puck from going in the net, and they could not do it. And I think we had some of the, I don't know, I think we had two good goalies. That's some of the two best goalies in the league right here in
yeah.
in Boston.
We had two good goalies, and they both
It's a
came up
choke.
short.
It's a choke
They
season
took
over
out
here in Boston, bro.
right. It's just oh man, it's a bad feeling with that. I was even nervous for the Celtics after what the Bruins did because I always feel like the Boston team is about
Situation rubs off,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I just feel like they bounce off
Yeah,
each other. I feel like when one
yeah.
team's doing good, the other's doing good. I feel like they bounce off that energy, and
Right,
the
right, right,
Bruins just took that away.
right.
So I was worried for my Celtics, but they came through because I was during the Phillies series.
Yeah, they were
They went
looking. Yeah,
down,
you're
came
right.
through, and
During the Philly series, they was looking kind of like, oh, what's going on here, But
right,
they came back and made it a series. Did they think? I don't know. I'm just really disappointed in this Miami series, even though I was kind of like contemplating, like had my reservation about them playing Miami. I know Miami is like that's a grit fight for the Boston Celtics, no matter what. But yeah, I guess for a reason that's why it was gonna be a gritty fight because Miami doing their thing, man. Like
yeah, yeah.
and and I
They,
feel like I don't know if it's a 3-man game that just they playing like team. They got Butler, they got Lowry, they got Bam, and the makeup of the bench. This kid Vincent, you got this kid Vincent. I mean, no disrespect to the Vincent dude. I don't even really know who he is as a obviously.
undrafted, undrafted,
Obviously, he's not a superstar basketball player. And it's
right?
like I said, no disrespect to the guy Vincent, but this dude's busting him in the head.
Busting them, man, busting them.
Yeah, I
Vincent,
mean, yeah, this dude's punching him in the mouth like this dude Vincent off the bench or whatever. However he's playing, he's punching him in the mouth. And with that being said, that's why I can't understand for the Boston Celtics who got good guards. Like, where's this kid White? Where's he? Where's he at? What
hey man, I
happened?
think he might be on the
Where's
back
it?
of a milk carton.
Yeah, but there you go. They go. Oh yeah, your milk
He
carton
might be a
segment. They
candidate.
go to milk carton segment because here come that milk carton segment. Who is missing out there in the
Yes, man.
Celtics world? Right? Think about that. The milk
I,
carton session for the
yep.
Celtics. Like, oh, what's his first name? White. What's the kid do? What's his
Derek
first name?
Derek
Derek
White
White. Derek White. You're missing. You're on.
missing.
Remember the 1980s when you used to get the milk carton and they had the missing, no pun intended, there's nothing funny about it, but when they used to have the missing child on the back of the box and your
Right.
face was planted in the face of the child and right now Derek White is missing in this
Missing.
series.
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart missing in
Missing.
this series. I know from the other night game. I don't know about last night's game, but the night before when they got waxed up in Boston, where is Al Horford?
Oh, he's been missing for a while.
He's been missing in this series. Like, there's a lot of, Brogdon. I know did Brogdon was doing. He had something going there, and then all of a sudden he's
Yeah,
halfway. He
he
has
didn't.
like a little small picture at the bottom of the milk cart.
Right,
I
he
don't
didn't
know.
even
Maybe
score last
maybe
game.
I'm wrong. I haven't watched the game to see if my man. I don't know if Brogdon put up 20 and whatever.
No, he didn't score last game.
He didn't even score.
He didn't even score last
See,
game.
look
I
at
think
that.
last game.
See, think about
Listen,
that.
last game was last game was one of them games where
So he is on the milk
you feel
cart
like
too.
it was a nightmare. Like you wake up in a cold sweat. Like damn man, good thing it was just a dream.
Right.
But that shit was real, man.
Well, tomorrow night we got a game.
We got a game tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right? What
Got a
time
game
is this game? What time is this
eight
game?
thirty on
8:30.
TNT.
Oh boy, yeah, it's gonna be
Charles
good.
Barkley, Kenny Smith, and all of
So,
them boys.
so tomorrow. So, what do you want to do? You want to do a Wednesday post game show, or do you want to do a post game tomorrow night? After the game, or do you want to just do a hour show on Wednesday or Thursday, Thursday night? What do you pick it, you schedule it, put it out there for the people out there. Once again, this is Parlay with Us with Mr. Bean, Stony Crook. This is a live podcast, unscripted. You know, um, we gonna put this out for you guys, man, for the people out there who just like to talk about sports. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear, tell us what you think is, your view on these games and these finals and stuff like that, these Stanley Cup finals, and the what's going on in baseball, the early season of baseball, how our Red Sox is looking. If you're a Boston Red Sox fan, whatever kind of fan you are in baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I mean, our football season is going to be starting up. Well, camp, we got a couple more months before we see camp, about a month and a half, but we're excited for that. That's when you're going to see Parlay with Us kick off our actual inaugural NFL season podcast episodes, where um, I think every Wednesday night prior to the beginning of the NFL week, we're going to be coming to you guys um, with a array of different segments. Some 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 weekly picks on games, some player information and stats on what's going on with certain players out there, on new draft picks, things like that, what we're looking for, how our team look, a little evaluation when we watch a couple of these preseason games and practices and stuff like that. We might try to make it down to Foxborough to see if we could see a live practice or preseason game ourselves. So yeah, we're gonna bring you guys all the information on that type of stuff. New England Patriots season will be coming up soon, and we hope for the best. Hopefully, we can compete and and see what's good. So yeah, what you got going on, my man Stony?
Hey man, listen, I'm looking forward to the football season. It's gonna be great from the preseason all the way to when the regular season start. We're gonna break down a lot of games week to week. We're gonna do some college football too.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we
I
got to
love
get
me
in
some
that.
college
Oh yeah, you
football.
got to get in that college
College
football. Can't
football.
forget about that.
Same thing with college football. We're gonna break down some games, and thing is with college football, there's a lot of games. There's hundreds of games, so we're gonna break down the ones that
Right,
I feel like we got an advantage somewhere in that game, or those interesting games that have the intriguing matchups. So we're not gonna get into all the college football games, but we're gonna get into like the main ones that we like.
right, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. Good. Yeah, good games that we got on our radar. Things that teams that. Not to say we're being biased, like teams that we follow and games that we could probably watch on our regional zone too. So, and we'll commentate on that or give y'all a little insight on what's going on with those type of things. College football is a very exciting series, season two, that's up and coming. Yeah, so yeah, that's some of the stuff that we're gonna be really trying to bring out here to the YouTube family, on our podcast, YouTube podcast channel. It seems tonight, everybody's probably not in a good mood. The last time we had a little, we had an episode. We had some comments. We had some people on the comment screen, but seems like tonight we're dry. Uh, we're on a dry spell on the comment screen, and that's kind of that's kind of us. We haven't been consistent due to us trying to prep this channel and bring it to you guys in a clean and good format. Decent volume. I mean, decent audio, decent top notch video, things like that. And, so we've been, me and my man Stoney been working on all the behind the scenes and logistics to bring this to you guys live and to bring it to you, hot. And one of the things is that we're working on our music, we're working on our background music, we're working on a lot of different things. So with that being said, sometimes the inconsistencies of busting a episode almost every other day is kind of like a task at hand, but we're gonna get there. So at least for now, we kind of like hopefully we'll be motivated to try to bring you guys once a week, twice a week, podcast episodes on what we kick it on. You just be parlaying with us and on whatever. And like I said, like and subscribe, what I mean? Give us the thumbs up, stuff
Turn on the
like that.
notifications. Turn on the
Turn
notifications.
on those notifications,
Yes.
man. Turn them on. Therefore, when you turn on that notification, you're going to get a notification when we're about to go live. So we're going to start doing scheduled live so y'all could see that, and give y'all a good time time zone, try to keep it so it doesn't be too late. Right now we're looking at 12:28 a.m. on East Coast time. So, for some of y'all, on a Monday night, y'all might be snoozing already. Me and him are burning the midnight oil because we're trying to get this thing going.
And also, when you turn on the notifications, if you miss the show, you can catch it recorded. You can catch the recorded show. You can
There
catch
you
the
go.
show that you missed live, and
There
it'll
you
let you
go.
know that we had a show. So that's why it's always good to have the notifications, whether you catch it live or you catch it later when you wake up, or when you
Right.
got time, you could go back and catch the replay.
Right. Good look. Good look. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I know you know, you favor the wager, right? And I know we got about, let's say, maybe another 5 minutes before we, you know, 5-10 minutes or so before we call it a night. But what you got going on this week on your little notepad there for your betting, for your little wagers for this week? Just to give people a taste of your of your knowledge on these parlays, as you might call it.
Yeah. So, so with the baseball has been kind of tough
Okay.
this season. So
Okay.
like I've been in and out with the baseball and everything like that. I've been trying to focus on basketball because it's more, you know, compressed, and it's easy to to see the patterns with these teams, because these teams got patterns.
Right.
So tomorrow I'm looking at the under in the full game, Celtics and Heat. I'm looking for a much tighter game than it was
Okay.
the other day.
Okay.
I feel like the Celtics
So
are
you're
going
gonna
to.
take the under on the Celtics tomorrow.
I'm thinking the under. I'm taking the under right now. The under at DraftKings, which is what I like. Um, let me give you the updated. Let me give you the updated number,
Yeah.
which is 215.
Okay.
It was 216, but it looked like the money is going on the under.
Okay.
So I'm looking at that tomorrow. That's like a bet that I'm looking at right now.
Hmm.
Um, Anything more than that, I don't really see anything I like, you
Okay.
know.
Right.
But
Right.
my bet right now is the Heat Celtics under 215.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So you're gonna is that the Celtics on the under?
Well, the full game,
The
the
full
under.
game, the
Yeah, the
under.
full
So you
game,
just
not
pulling
the
the
team
betting the
total.
under. Okay, you
Yeah,
betting the
the full
okay, yeah.
game.
So it's 215.
Yes,
That might
215. It
be
was
that,
216, so
that might
um
be that
look
might be
like
I might have to go into my FanDuel's app and see. I got a little change in my FanDuel's. I might have to go on the FanDuel app and see what that look like if it's around. I might take that too. I think yeah. I see that
I
too
see a much
I
tighter
see
game.
tomorrow being very a
He,
tight game.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Heat's trying to close out. The
Yeah.
Celtics is trying to hang on. So, these teams are gonna dig a little deep on the defensive side, man, because the Celtics is trying to survive. The Heat is just not trying to go back to Boston. So,
Right.
you're gonna see a battle tomorrow.
Right, 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 right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's going. So
I
yeah,
will take
man.
the Celtics too, but I'll lean. That's a lean. Like my strong lean is the under 215,
Okay.
but my lean is the Celtics on the money on. You could take the money line because you're looking at it that they trying to win. Right now the Celtics are
And what's the money
yeah,
line?
well, the Celtics are plus 1.5.
Oh,
They
okay.
underdogs tomorrow for the first
Okay.
time in this series. They're plus
Okay.
1.5. But I would just take the money line. I wouldn't even mess around with that. I'll just take them to win. You
Right.
get more. You get more on the on the juice.
Right.
So would you would get yeah, you would get you could double your money.
Okay.
For plus 100
Okay.
as
Okay.
opposed to minus 110. So I'll just take them to win. That's where the value's at.
Okay.
Um, but that's a lean. That's a lean for me. Like my stronger bet is the under
All right.
215.
Oh, okay. That sounds good, man. So the under on the 215 tomorrow night game, NBA Celtics versus Miami Heat down in Miami. Celtics trying to survive. Um Miami trying to clinch and go see Denver. The way it look, it if the Celtics meet Denver, if the Celtics could squeak this out, and we're hopefuls, we think we can do it, but the Celtics to try to squeak this out, yeah, they're gonna it's gonna be a competition for that'll be a good series against Denver, but I think if
Denver's tough.
Denver's gonna be tough for
Denver's
everybody.
tough, man.
And I don't see how Miami can really deal with Denver like that, the way they're playing. Who knows? But
They don't got an answer for the Joker.
that's the thing. We
Miami
don't, and I'm sure we
kind of
don't
small.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a little size. That's why I'm like so frustrated with the Celtics, man. They got some size.
That I was about to mention
Got
that.
some
Like,
size
how
over
come
the Heat.
you just mentioned Miami plays small? Because I noticed they play small ball. Because during that Knicks game, that was what took care of the Knicks was the small ball, and
Right.
um they brought that same game to the Celtics, even though the Celtics had size, they still small. They made Celtics adjust to their small ball, and we didn't make them adjust to our style of ball. And I don't know if we don't have a style of ball. I don't know what it is. I don't want to get on Joe Mazzulla. He took over a good team. Um, it's a Steve Kerr type of scenario from Mark Jackson when Mark Jackson left Golden State when he built a strong team with Steph Curry and what's this kid's name? The kid who shoots the ball pretty good too.
Clay Thompson.
Clay Thompson and the Draymonds, and he
Right.
built a solid team, and then he couldn't get over the hump, and they figured they needed to make changes, and they made changes and they brought in Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr inherited the championship team, and the rest is history. So you know, you know, I don't see Missoula as Steve Kerr in that context because between what was our coach name became GM, the dudes at GM
Brad
now,
Stevens.
between Brad Stevens and Idoka, what they did with the pass, even though we only had Idoka for one season, but Brad Stevens puts together something real good. You could say him, um Danny Ainge when he was here. They placed the team in a good situation. And I think Idoka would have been the coach to actually win the chip this year, to be coaching wise. Coaching wise, I'm gonna
I
say it
believe
again.
so.
Coaching wise, he would have been the coach to win the chip because I feel as though he was a little bit more not just X's and O's. Defensively, he knew how to run the game and he knew how to get these dudes to play. And I feel like for some reason Missoula is not getting the same kind of effect that Idoka had on Tatum, Brown, and the whole team.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. The whole Udoka situation on the offseason that caught us all off guard. I really felt that he was going to bring this team back. They established a good relationship. Here we go, year two. Everybody's familiar with each other. We all have an understanding what the goal was, and I had hope with Missoula. I liked his whole attitude and just the way I don't know, just the way he presented himself. I have faith in him, man. But you know, he probably didn't have that extra motivation or that hit factor that Udoka had
Right.
to get this team going. Although last year, we there was games that we should have won that we lost, and pretty much the similar situations that we went through this year in the playoffs. But I think with Udoka having that relationship with the Celtics and them knowing what his whole vision was for this year, I felt like it was kind of a distraction, even though they played good this season. I just feel like with Udoka, I think he we definitely wouldn't have been in this 0-3 hole.
Right. Right.
He knows his team too well. Missoula does too, but Udoka, of course, has that year under his belt. And I think with that relationship that he had with them last year, I felt like he definitely would have had them in a better situation at this point of the playoffs. I really
Yeah.
so. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see though, until we're out, But I don't know. Missoula, I feel like he made some errors, but I don't think they should fire him if they get swept. I think he deserves another year.
Well,
Um,
they gave him didn't they gave him the job though. You
yeah, they
know,
gave him the job, and I don't
they
think
gave
they
him the
were.
job. So how they gonna
People was
fire
floating
him
that around.
already?
They was floating that. This
I
may cost
heard them
him a
floating
job.
it around. It's been the talk actually about you know this should Missoula get fired if he
But
can't
they
come
won't
out of
do it.
this series.
They won't. They
They
won't.
will not do that.
They
Nah,
won't do it. I mean,
nah.
look, a couple of things. First of all, he's young. He's like 34, 35.
Right. He's
One.
a young dude.
And
Exactly.
two, I mean, look, he brought him back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, no matter how you slice it, for first time head coach, first year head
Right.
coach,
Right. Right.
come on, that's not easy to do,
Nah, that's not an easy
you
feat.
know.
That's what I'm saying. I can't, being 100, I can't shit on the Idoka saying that Idoka is the fault. Idoka is learning too. It's not like Idoka's a seasoned coached out there. Idoka hasn't been out there for 10, 15, 20 years playing, coaching in as far as in the NBA. Yeah, he did some stuff in college and wherever he came from, his background and stuff like that. But as far as Idoka, being a seasoned coach in the NBA, this is his first season. So, you know,
First
you know,
season.
I could understand the slide and being out coached by Eric Spoelstra and stuff like that. I could understand that, but yeah, they'll give him a second chance. I don't see
They
him
have to.
being boxed out
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, you
sent
can't.
packing over one season.
Nah,
You
you
know,
can't do that.
I just people just think because the Celtics is how you want to say that this is their window.
Listen. Let me tell you something. That Adoka situation. I don't care what anybody say. That was definitely a distraction to this team in the offseason.
Yeah,
And this team had to really like deal with that situation. They had to get over it and move on to the season. That was
right,
tough. That was
right,
tough. I mean, and then you take this team that was uncertainty building around this whole franchise. Then you get this coach. He was an
right,
interim coach for a good portion of the season. Then they made him head coach. So there was a lot of unstable moments with this team throughout the
right,
year. And then
right.
throughout all that, for them to still get to the conference finals, that's huge.
Yeah,
But it's shocking that they're down 0-3. Don't get me wrong, the losing at home, that's unacceptable. But here we are. This is something that we got to deal with.
right.
Hopefully, learn from it. And I feel like he deserves another chance. Okay, now he goes into next season. He's the coach officially, brand new start, and more likely they're gonna put some new pieces.
Of course, they're gonna put new
And
pieces. They have to put new pieces.
right,
I don't. Is Derek White working out? Do we
yes,
have to?
I think he come Derek Wright working out. I think the players that are in the hot seat, number one, is Marcus Smart. Believe it or not, and I
Mm.
like Marcus Smart. I feel like he's the heart of the
I
team.
used to be a big proponent of, especially when a team was extending the way they are. Oh, they should trade Marcus Smart now. Then there's times when I'm like, nah, you can't trade Marcus Smart because
He's
somehow
the
Marcus
heart,
Smart is the heart of the team and he brings the grit. He does the
right?
little
The
he
toughness.
does he does the tough stuff. He does the tough the hey, that's my ring camera, guys. If you heard my ring camera, I'm secured. But uh so yeah, no, that's probably Maya coming in. But yeah, yeah, the Marcus Smart at one point in time, I'm like, I'm like, yo, we gotta get rid of Marcus Smart, and then I turn around and be like, nah, we gotta keep Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because he brings something to the team that But okay, if you're saying that, let's play devil's advocate before we get off this live here. We're going on 43 minutes, 44 minutes. Um, they get rid of Marcus Smart. What's the alternative?
I'm gonna be honest with you. We would have to see because would they trade for somebody? I mean, because if we getting rid of him, we getting another guard. So
So what's out there? Like
who's available? I mean,
who's available? What sounds good? What looks good? What
I
could
mean
mesh with the team? You
Damian
know?
Lillard, Damian Lillard,
Yeah,
Lillard,
he's well. Lillard's out there
Damian Lillard.
fading.
I can't even
Listen,
say his last name. Damian Lillard, Lillard.
Lillard.
Oh damn, I can't believe that.
It's like a lizard, but
Lillard,
Lillard.
Lillard.
Lillard the
Yeah,
lizard.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
But he's
So
a shooter though, so I don't know if that would
he's a.
work.
Well, you always need shooting. Is can he facilitate the ball? That's the question.
But is it
Can
enough to pass around with Jalen Brown,
that's on.
Tatum?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Brogdon.
yeah,
He's a shooter. White.
yeah.
With Lillard, would he accept a role where he's gonna lo- shoot less?
Well,
Or
that's what it would have to be. He would have to come into
would he
this
buy into
game.
it? I think he
Yeah,
could buy into to a new system because he's kind of late in his career.
yeah. He got what, one or two more shots, man. It's not,
Yeah, right.
the window is closing for him. And I'm sure Portland would like to rebuild. And start fresh. I mean, yeah, Marcus Smart is not a spring chicken young, but he's still young enough to start a young team. So Marcus Smart might be a good idea too. So yeah, for them,
They'll they'll
we'll see
tweak
what
it.
else is out there. You don't know, but it would be a shell shock for the Celtics nation that Marcus Smart, who wears the green hair, and stuff like that. Celtics cheerleader. He was drafted here. Um, I forgot what number he was drafted, but it was a
He was
good size.
drafted high. He was
He was
drafted.
drafted high. Yeah,
All
he
of
was
them
a
were drafted high.
yeah,
Jalen,
yeah,
Jason,
yeah. High draft
Marcus
picks.
Smart.
You
Remember,
know.
they all came from all of the draft picks that Danny Ainge was
Mm-hmm.
accumulating.
Mm-hmm.
He got rid of Paul Pierce, Garnett,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ray Allen.
Right.
Um, Even further than that, I mean, you got they was calling him Trader Danny. I mean, he was
Yeah,
trading
he was
like crazy.
traded Danny and Kenny Olynyk, all these people
So
that
we had
he
so many picks,
yeah,
and
traded Dan, yeah,
that's
traded
where that
Danny.
team came from. That's where Marcus Smart, Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Brown, Jason Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
and we there was another one that came out of that. Um, he's not with us no more. It was a shooter that came out of it. He was like in the top 10.
Okay.
But those three, those were like back to back high draft picks. And man, Danny Ainge hit it. He hit it out the park with them because look what those three guys done for us.
Right.
So, well,
That's why I said
they're
it'll
a
be
product
kind
of
of
the
a shell
draft.
shock. It'll be a shell shock to see that the Celtic nations will, have to to see people. Some people would welcome the trade if Marcus Smart goes, and some people be like, nah, you can't trade Marcus Smart.
Well,
What?
it
But
depends what we get back.
what if do? What about Jalen Brown? He got one more year, right?
Like,
Before he's due to Supermax, right?
oh yeah, both of them, him and Jason, they both
They,
do the Supermax. So they saying if we don't make it, if we don't win the championship, we get swept or whatever it is. They may look at that and they may try to retain one and not retain the other.
the other, but the
We're
one
keeping
is
Jason.
Jason
Yeah,
Tatum.
yeah, we
That's the
keeping
one.
Jason.
They're not getting rid
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Jason Tatum.
we ain't getting rid of
You
Jason
know what I mean?
Tatum.
But I don't think they can pay two Supermax though.
Exactly. That's why Jalen might go, and if Jalen goes, is going to be via trade because
And if that happened, to
he
tell
has
you
a
the
year.
truth, the Celtics. That I mean, you know what? If Jalen goes, it's gonna be a quick little rebuild because they're gonna get rid of Jalen and they're gonna get rid of Marcus Smart if that
No, I don't
happens.
think we're going to rebuild right now. Not.
Not rebuild, but not a
They're going to
rebuild.
tweak
I'm
it.
talking about
They'll
a
tweak.
pivot. They're gonna pivot because if they lose Jalen Brown because they know they're gonna lose him due to he's a superstar,
Well, they're going to get some. They're going to
can't
get a
do
good
nothing
piece
with
back.
if they can't do nothing with him now to retain him and say, hey, listen, we could figure that out, and he takes a role and keep it pushing because he gonna go get his supermax. We gonna have to give Tatum either, and I know if that happens, why not start to make the moves, bring somebody in that you can be the number two to Tatum's number one, and then make a move and make another super move, not a supermax move, but another big superstar move, and move Marcus Smart and bringing somebody like you said, like a little change the makeup of the team a little bit, but still championship still championship caliber. You still got to think about the moves you got to make with Horford. What about the moves about Williams? This dude's injury prone. Yes, he's young, but do you need another big man? Do you need to draft a big man? Do you need to go out there and get a big man in free agency? Somebody who's probably can go deep into the playoffs. Celtics got some. Listen, if they get swept this series, bro, they're gonna have some real reflecting and some. Not saying reflecting to the point where it's like a big time rebuild, but they might have to pivot from some players.
Well, look at this. LeBron, he's he sounds down a little bit. He says, I got a lot to think about. after the Lakers playoff exit. So his track record when he loses playoff games in a bad way with teams, he's already plotting an exit. Yeah, that's his track record. Because look, when
And where would he
go
go?
back,
Where would he go? You know what I
check this
mean?
out with Cleveland when our big three was spanking him and he couldn't get by us, he left Cleveland.
Mhm. Mhm.
Miami during their last championship days when they was losing to when they lost to San Antonio,
Mhm.
Kawhi and them. When Kawhi was on the Spurs,
Mhm.
the Spurs spanked them in the finals. I think almost swept them damn near.
Mhm.
He leaves Miami.
Right.
It didn't end well. And
Right.
and I mean after a bad playoff loss, it's not like he came back and tried to no, he just left. He went back to Cleveland and they got swept by the Warriors. They lost to the Warriors like 3 times. I don't know, back to back years. They won
Okay.
one, but back to back when the Warriors got Kevin Durant, they won back to back. They beat LeBron back to back, and then
Right.
the last finals that LeBron went up, the last finals he had against the Warriors, they got swept. And what did he do? He bounced.
Yeah.
Now what? Here we are now, right? The
Right. Right.
Lakers got swept. He's having those thoughts. So I wouldn't be surprised if he
But
goes to
that's
another
like,
team.
where would he go? That's the thing with
That's
the
a good
Knicks.
question.
The
He wanted to
Knicks,
play with his son, but I
the
don't think he'll be in the league
Phoenix.
till when his son comes out. He
Oh,
may,
with
but
play with his
damn,
son.
yeah, he wants to. That's just,
I
he's
know he do. He wants to play with his son, but
that's
I'm
his
like trying
goal.
to think what team. His son got 2 years before he ends up on the team. So what's the projection?
That's what I'm
You
saying. I
know?
don't think LeBron's gonna be around for that.
Right. Right. Right.
The way that's looking, but what team would he go to now? I
Right.
know not Boston. I can tell you that.
Nah, he ain't coming here. They ain't even gonna want him. Maybe when years ago when he was in Miami, they would have probably entertained before he before he came to before he went to Miami when he was in Cleveland the first time, they would have entertained LeBron coming to Boston. That was in his when he was a kid,
I
you
think
know.
he should retire. If you ask me,
Yeah, he
20
should.
years.
I think he should pack it up. I knew he was getting close. I had that feeling already. I was like, yo, I think LeBron's almost on his way out. I had the kind of notion that maybe this year or next year might be it. Um, it depends on what LA is looking like as far as a squad. Can he fight it again for one more season? But the rest of the league on the West Coast is getting better too. So
Yeah,
if we're not getting better, and then the other teams, we got teams like Sacramento is better. Look what's going on, Denver. You know, I'm sure Utah is going to get better at some point. They was right there at one point, and I don't know what happened to Utah this year,
they're
but
gonna be good. They'll be
they're
good
going to
again.
be they'll be good again. Like you
But
said.
Danny
So
Ainge is over there.
right, so LA, like you said, they window. To tell you the truth, they lost a window because AD was hurt for almost 2 seasons on that team.
Right.
So that was his window right there. So you're right. Maybe
Might be his
this
year,
could
but
be this might be the hang up. Yeah. This
LA,
might be
but
the
they could
hang
do
up.
a lot though. Because everybody want to play for LA. So
That's the thing. Everybody want
look who could end up
he-
over there. Kyrie can end up over there. Damian
yeah.
Lillard, he could end up over there.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, who else can end up over there? Um, like those two.
I think
Um,
the experiment with Russell Westbrook, the
yeah, that
experiments
wasn't a
that they
good. That
had,
wasn't good.
it didn't go good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
I
wasn't
think
a
it
good.
was wasted time. And now they have to make up for it.
Exactly. But those two players can end up over there, which to me would be a good tandem with um Anthony Davis, which I think he's me personally, I don't think he's that guy, you know. I think
I know more.
you gotta pray with
What
him, pray that
I
he's
don't
healthy.
know. I don't know if it was
Healthy.
injuries or what, but he lost his spunk, man, his mojo. He lost
Yeah,
it. You
yeah, he
know.
did.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So that was a nice man. Yo, it's us, man. Mr. Bean, Stony Crook, parlay with us. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like, subscribe. You know,
Notifications, turn
hit
them
those
on
turn those notifications
at the
up.
show
Give us
later
those,
on.
get those thumbs up. We need that. Um, and yeah, stay tuned. We're about to call it to the close right now. We're hitting. Look, we was only going to do a 30-minute
30 minutes gave you guys an
little quick
extra
episode, man. So
25.
we almost at 55 minutes, going on almost an hour already.
Almost a
So
full show.
yep, for full show. So you got a full episode, a full show today with Parlay with us with Mr.
Two
Bean,
best
Stony
bets.
Crook. You got two bets, and you got two good bets out there that I got to pick on. My pick for a future bet for the Stanley Cup Finals is about to say Carolina,
To
but
win it, right? To win the
to
championship.
I got it to win the championship.
Yep.
I have Florida Panthers to
Yes.
win the Stanley Cup Finals. That is my pick. If you guys are looking for a future pick out there in Vegas or here in Massachusetts at the win or whatever wherever your favorite betting parlor is, I would take that. And then for tomorrow night's game, Stony Cook got what you
You
got, the
got the
Celtics under
Celtics Heat
under
under 215.
at
Under
215
215.
under. So yeah,
If you want, you can buy a point and bring it up to 216 if you want.
there you
But
go, guys.
215 is good too. 215 is good.
There you go. So you can buy a point, bring it up to 216 to give yourself a little wiggle room.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's our picks for tomorrow, and that's my future pick on the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah. So parlay with us is Stony Crook, Mr. Beans.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We're gonna try to give you guys a show. Um, I want to say Wednesday or
Yeah.
Thursday,
I
but
say Wednesday or Thursday based on
based on the
our regular
scheduling,
day lively schedule, daily live
right?
schedule. But we gonna what we will do, and that's gonna be going forward because me and my boy here will communicate a little bit better. And now that we have certain things up and running, we got cameras running, we got audio running. We working on a little extra little doodads and things that surround us and stuff like that. I'm still working on studio stuff. My man's still working on his studio stuff. And as we go on, we still gonna be dropping these lives every week. And we'll try to see if we can grab, we might have when me and him kicking it right here inside the studio on a Friday night or a Saturday night when we parlay amongst ourselves on just some like, yo, I'm coming through the spot. You might get a quick live with us and right here in the studio. So, you know, stay tuned for all of that. Like, subscribe, hit those notification buttons, parlay with us, Mr.
A
Bean,
quick,
Stony Cook.
quick shout out to the man himself, Mr. Beans, for creating a nice background. It looks lovely.
Oh,
The
thanks, man.
cover
We working on it.
came out
We
great.
we
Came out great.
we're not professionals, but we're gonna do it ourselves. Like I said before, this is all put together by me and Stony Cook. We're putting together this whole thing. We brainstorming, masterminding it, and one subscriber, one like, one notification at a time. And we're gonna keep bringing y'all this content, and as it comes, it's gonna grow and it's gonna get better. You're gonna get, it's gonna be worth you guys while. So yeah,
Yes.
check us out, man. Keep us in mind and hit that notification, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. YouTube podcast. Parlay with
That's
us.
right. That's right. Thank you guys for coming out. For those who listened, those who stayed up late with us, thank you. We're gonna see you soon, and we're gonna bring you some more sports, entertainment, and we're gonna bring you some good content. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and so just a little quick reminder, as soon as I get a little bit more technical savvy with this, using our streaming service, shout out to StreamYard. Um, we're learning how to use their system and it's pretty good, it's efficient, it's self-explanatory in a way, it's so easy to use. I'm shouting them out. We're not getting paid from StreamYard. This is not a paid shout out of this is not a lookout or shout out from StreamYard or something like that because they pay us. We shouting them out because of the platform that they letting us that they that we're using that actually we're paying for to help us stream our lives with some quality. So yeah, as we go forward, y'all gonna see us. We're gonna be able to add some clips in there where we're going to talk about games and we can add show you guys basically little clips on what we're talking pivot times in the game where the game things change in the game and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna have all that available for you guys once we learn a little bit more on this software. So yeah, bear with us.
That's right. That's right.
And
So
with
yes,
that being said, man, we're gonna peace
that's
y'all
the
out. We just
show.
hit that hour. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
We
gave
hit
them a
that
whole
hour.
show.
We gave y'all a whole
Whole
show. I still
show,
got
man.
things to work out, man. I got some
Yes.
issues that you can see with our camera lighting. It seems like our camera keep going in and out
Oh,
for
you
some
did.
reason, but I didn't want to bring it up during the live. But we're gonna fix that. So yeah, guys, peace out.
Yes, sir. Peace out, everybody. Good night.
Night.